Good morning, guys. How you doing? Welcome to my 27th week. Yeah, week 27 Mounjaro weight loss update. It's great to see you and thank you all for tuning in. My lovely smushy pen pushers. Said it right this time. So I hope you are all having a fabulous week. And it's good to see you all. Thank you again for tuning in, and a big hello to all of my new subscribers or new smushy pen pushers. It's great to see you. I do appreciate obviously you spending the time to watch my video and also for subscribing. So if you haven't already, can you smush that subscribe button for me, and also hit a like on my video as well. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Anyway, so let's crack on with this week's update. So how has this week been? Well, it's been a bit of it's been a bit of a week in a way. I think the main thing I'm going to talk about this week is a lot about mind over Mounjaro. That's kind of where I'm going at this week, because as you might know, if you've watched my previous videos, I have been on the 5mg pen for the last 3 months now, and I took my 5th dose last week. So and I'm not going to lie, it's been a struggle. I feel that the suppression hasn't been there. I should, in hindsight, have gone up to the 7.5 sooner, but I was being stubborn as I can be, and wanted to stay on the 5 as long as I can, and I think it was a bit of a mistake. So lesson learned for me, I should have gone up sooner. So again, like I say, I'm only talking about my experiences and things like that, but if you are in a similar situation to what I have been, it might be worth thinking not to hang on as long as I have, and go up when you feel that you need to, because I do feel almost that this last month has been a bit of a waste. However, this morning I have used my 7.5, so my first jab on my 7.5 milligram pen this morning. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes over the next week as well. So that'll be next week's update. Anyway, so yeah, so before I do kind of move on to that and kind of that mind over Mounjaro, I just want to give a big shout out to Ginger. So Ginger Goes GLP-1. If you haven't already, please do head over to her channel. It's absolutely fantastic, and she's doing so well. And in her midweek musings this week, she's talked a lot about kind of mental health and well-being, because she had a really bad week the week before, but coming out of that, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased that you're coming out the other side, Ginger. I really do. So a lot about and being aware of our own mental health and our own well-being whilst we're on this weight loss journey, because we have got so much change going on, and you kind of almost forget about that side of things. And we do talk a lot, obviously, about all the positives and everything like that, and the great weight losses, and how those brilliant off-scale wins that we're all having, which is absolutely wonderful. But it's also, you've got to be open and honest about kind of how it is actually making you feel as well. And I think it's really something that we need to be aware of, and yeah, have a good think about, and take care of ourselves as well, not just our bodies and our shrinking bodies, it's everything else as well, isn't it? So yeah, head over and have a look, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting. So this week, again, thinking about strong minds, I felt that this last week, and particularly a few weeks now, I have had to be a lot stronger in my willpower, because, like I say, I haven't had as much suppression as what I have been over the last few months. So I'm very much being very aware of what I'm eating and the different choices that I'm making. How I can tell as well that the suppression hasn't been there and it's not been doing what it should be doing is because wine is also sneaking back in. And before, I've not been able to really stomach it. It's been a bit bleh. However, this week I have had a couple of wines as well, so I know for definite that it is time to go up to my 7.5, which I have done. So it's going to be really interesting over this next week and see how that goes with the wine. But what I'm really quite pleased in is that I haven't given in. Last week I was craving custard donuts, and we were actually in Tesco's, and they had a bag of custard donuts, but again it was just the bag of 5, and I looked at them and I didn't pick them up. I was so proud of myself. Actually, no, I'm going to step away. So it's definitely been a lot of mind over Mounjaro this week as well. Again, another thing that has started creeping in is when I nip to the shop just for some bits and bobs. What I used to do in my past life was I would then pick up a sweet treat or something and get it out the packet and eat it before I got home, which is really, really naughty. However, those sort of thoughts when I've been in the shop, I was like, oh, shall I just get? But I haven't. Again, I've stopped myself. So I'm really quite proud of myself for having that willpower. So I've talked before about kind of making better judgments and better choices and building better habits for when I come off the jab. So I think that it's working. It is working because it is definitely being very mindful of that as well. What I have been doing as well, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched Secret Eaters. They're all on YouTube now and they're absolutely fantastic, and it just reminds me of, again, me in my past life, a mindless munching, and it just reminds me of how I would just literally graze or just eat without even thinking about what I'm actually putting in my body. So it's been, again, a bit of a reminder this week about being conscious about what we are actually eating, what I'm eating as well, and making those better choices. So yeah, so that was a bit of a reminder as well, which has been really quite good in a way, because it's just reminded me where to go as well. So what I did do as well on, so food wise this week, like I say, I have been sticking to what I have been normally eating, still trying keeping as unprocessed as possible. But I did make us a little bit of a treat on Saturday. I did make a homemade lasagna, and oh my God, it was absolutely delicious. But what I would do is normally I had to have my pot that I would make it in, and it'd do is over 2 days. So I just cut it in half and quarters, and then it do the pair of us for 2 days. But actually what I did find is that I actually had half the amount of that I would normally. So again, I stopped halfway through and just like, oh, actually, no, I don't want that, and I'm going to stop. I'm not going to force it again. So again, those skills that I'm building on have really kind of come into force this week. So I'm really, really pleased with that as well. So what we did do as well on Saturday, we did do another park run, which I was really pleased with. It was hard work. I did put another video on Wednesday, so that is there for you to, if you want to go and have a little watch of me chuffing around the park run. It was really tricky. It was really windy, and yeah, It was all right. It was all right. But what I did get, so I've talked before about Kate Moss syndrome. And I've been feeling fantastic because I've lost 3.5 stone. Clothes are all fitting so much better, so like smaller sizes, everything, feeling fantastic. And then Stuart videoed me coming in at the end of the park run, and I was bash straight back down to earth with seeing my flabby thighs and butt jogging over the finish line of the park run. So that was a bit of a realisation, like, oh Sarah, no, you've still got quite a way to go on that as well. I don't know if anybody else is kind of I've noticed or have that same sort of feeling. You walk past and look in a shop window, you're like, oh, actually, yeah, the belly is still quite yeah, it's still there, still a long way to go. But hey ho, it was good fun. Don't know whether we're going to go again this week because we've got a fair bit to do for holiday. I think what I'm going to do is try and do a longer walk stroke run on Saturday morning instead, because I did that on Monday. Actually really quite enjoyed it, but I'd quite a few wardrobe malfunctions again. Good thing the trousers kept falling down every time I tried to run, and stuff like that. So yeah, so I might try that again on Saturday morning rather than park run this week. So yeah, and I went out and did another couple of miles run on Wednesday as well. So another good couple of bits of exercise this week, which have all been really positive as well. So what else have I done this week? Oh yeah, so guys, if you're listening, just shut your ears a minute, but I want to talk about, I don't know if anybody else is having any impact on their lady time whilst you're on Mounjaro. Now, I've never really had much of a problem before, and even at the beginning of using Mounjaro, but over the last couple of months, now last month I was 5 days late, this time 10 days late, and I'm just wondering if it's Mounjaro, the weight loss, or I don't. I'm thinking it's more my age because I'm obviously at a certain age. But it would just be really interesting to know if any other ladies are having or noticed any differences there as well. So I'm thinking it's kind of the rapid weight loss that is potentially influencing that as well. But it'd just be really, really interesting to know if anybody else is having that, any side effects, that side of things as well. So let us know, because it would just be interesting. I think it might just be my age, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so let's get to the numbers. So I have jumped on the scales this morning, and guess what? It's another maintain. Yay. So obviously I had lost 2.5 pounds last week, which I was absolutely thrilled about. But this week, yeah, I've actually put a couple of ounces on, but it's negligible. So I'm just going to put it as a maintain. So yes, it has been again frustrating, but like I say, issues with lady time as well, which has now appeared. So I'm thinking that is a bit of a bloat as well. I didn't have the best tea last night, I'm not going to lie. I ate a total of 7 chips, oven chips, but still chips. So I'm thinking it might be a bit of a bloat as well from my poor choices yesterday. So for me, this next week is obviously seeing how 7.5 works. And hopefully I'll see some more movement next week as well. Thing is, which is really, I don't know if it's holding me back at all, it's just in my head, but I'm on total holiday mode now, because it's Friday today, so I've literally got 1 week left at work, and then I'm off for 2.5 weeks, and we fly out a week on Wednesday. So I am just in holiday mode, and it's really hard to keep that motivation as well. I just need to keep thinking about my beautiful dresses and my bikinis as well to keep me focused this week. So yeah, so holiday mode has well and truly kicked in as well. So fingers crossed for a bit more movement on the scales next week, but I will just keep positive, keep those off scale wins in my head, and just keep chipping away, and just keep plodding on as well. Oh, and before I go, I don't know if you've seen in the news today, so this might have a little bit of an impact. I know I've talked about exit strategies anyway already, but how much are they on about putting Mounjaro up? So 170% increase potentially in those costings. So that is mental. So I don't know what impact that will have. Obviously financially it's hard enough as it is, so if it is going to go up that amount, I have actually just put my order in for my next pen just in case it shoots up as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on the impact that might have. I think it will have a negative impact for a lot of people. So yeah, I'm pleased in a way that I'm halfway through my journey and I've been able to get this far with it, because I think that is it'll be the deciding factor of actually how much it goes up and whether I carry on with it or not, because it's just too financially draining. So yeah, it'd be interesting. So I have to keep watching that space for the increases, see how that goes. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like my video and subscribe to my channel as well if you want to come back and see my updates. Let's see how this next week goes with my 7.5 milligrams, and we'll take it from there. Have an amazing week, guys, and I will speak to you all soon. See you soon. Bye.